Hey, what is going on, guys? Hex coming back again today with a brand new video, and as always, down in the title below will be the topic we're talking about today. So episode 10 of Blue Exorcist Season 2 Kyoto Saga. So can I just go out and say that is how art and animation should be done, and that's what this episode did. It showed Blue Exorcist art and animation to its fullest. This is the episode that really showed the animation, especially. We've seen the art, but we've seen it really just combine, and that was awesome. That was good. It was great. Who was doing this for A1 Pictures? Because they need to do this with other A1 Picture products. Please, 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 A1 Pictures. Because it's amazing what A1 Pictures does whenever they really get their staff together. You see Sword Art Online, now you're seeing this, but then you go and see other animes kind of like, well, shit, do the same thing with them. And of course, I mean, they got the art style got to fit like the character designs and stuff. But wow, absolutely amazing. And do I even have to mention the OST? I mean, every song, every insert song they put in, awesome. The ending, the ending insert song was badass too. Now we got the season 1 ending song, or insert song, excuse me, and then we got another one right in the middle. Not sure which one that one came from. I think it's a new one too. But absolutely amazing once again. Now, so one thing I want to talk about just before we dive into the rest of the video is Rin has a really kind of like unique personality in the sense that, yeah, it kind of reminds me of the Naruto's and or Natsu's of the world per se, but there's a really good mixture of some like a little bit of uniqueness to it. Like, I can't put my finger on it. I don't know if it's how they present it or it's just Rin as a true character, but the dialogue between him and Bond this episode is just, there's just something about it. I don't know if you guys agree with me. I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. But it just seems as if there's kind of a uniqueness to his character. It's ever so slight, but even though it's ever so slight, it feels as if it's not ever so slight. It feels like it's very impactful, very big, and it's just kind of like his personality whenever he's in, times of trouble, like Koni Komaru, whenever he's telling him, hey, this is my fault, I'm gonna put this all on me. And then once again, the Bond scene. Like, it's just so weird. I can't really quite put my finger on it, but it's so original. This person is so original in that kind of way. I just don't know how to describe it. So we actually have the fight with Yukio and Todo still going on, and when they actually overload Todo, they keep feeding him flames because we find out that, hey, he can just absorb them, and he gets to face his old student. It was Shima's brother. I can't remember his name, but he gets, so it's Sensei versus student, right? Now we see him just get overloaded with flames and just devouring everything. It's almost as if he's like impenetrable, like he's immortal, he can't be killed. And I guess, yeah, he is technically immortal because if he inhaled the Phoenix, and Phoenix can regenerate over and over and over again. Now what they do to him, they overload him, and the rain makes him like turn to ash. I guess like the combustion, I guess, of it would make him turn into like ash, and it makes him really fragile. But we still see that he's not even out of it yet. Now he's just throwing his liquefied body at them and holding him against the ground, but they did even state he could regenerate. So I'm wondering if we're going to actually get to see Yukio going to, get the blue eyes again and actually go all out with his demonic power per se, right? Maybe not blue flames, but he definitely got some of the devil's powers. I think we all can easily assume that. Now, I wonder how that got under the radar. Maybe it's because everyone's so focused on Rin, they never really checked out Yukio, but in Season 1, I'm pretty sure they actually do state they checked out Yukio. So I'm really wondering how that got over, he got under the radar. Maybe it's just, just because it came really late for him, because he didn't get the blue flames, he didn't get all that power. Maybe he got half of Rin's power, and that's why it's been under the radar and been dormant this whole time up until now. Because, I mean, we even know Rin didn't even, lose his normal life until, like, what, 16, they said. So, I mean, we got to put that into perspective. Now, we also found out that the Impure King is actually weak against flames, so obviously right there, it's foreshadowing, hey, Rin's the only one that can stop this guy. I mean, Bond has to give up the barrier, Rin has to stop him with his blue flames when we see how scared the Impure King is of said flames. And the Impure King kind of looks like a cow. You see he has like udders, so it's kind of like, that's a unique character design. And this face looks like looks like one of those squids off of Mario. If you guys know what I mean, one of those squid things that. Oh my God, he really does. I was just joking around, but he does. Now, the Impure King, he finally showed his face, and basically the heart of the Impure King is his real form. So we get to see him now. So I'm really wondering how this battle's going to pan out. Is it just going to get owned by Rin? We got 11 and 12 episodes left. So we got to wonder how this is all going to go and how this is going to be handled. I hope they handle it in a very good way, because I think they've built it up. They've done slow pacing, but they've done it good enough to where like the build-up's been there, and it's like kind of teased us. This game is like, It's like, hey, you want some of the action? Here's a little fragment of it. Here's a little fragment of it there. You know, give us 5 to 8 minutes per episode, and you know, it's just kind of teasing us right now. And Blue Exorcist has done enough to do a very good job of this. Now, what they really need to do with these last 2 episodes is, especially the next episode, they gotta hit us with a bang. And I think that, I'm pretty sure they are. I mean, he withdrew the sword. And speaking of withdrawing the sword, it kind of goes to show that Ren's, it's about the people around him. Do they trust him? Do they believe in him? And 2, he's trying to find his purpose. Why was he even saved? And it's that you can't be scared. He has to be fearless. That's one thing we find out in this episode too. Ren has to be fearless. He has to believe the people around him. Got to believe him. He has to trust them. He has to know that. He has to know that the people around him, his friends, his family, are supporting him, and that's something that's been holding him back. And Vaughn cleared part of that up. Now, him being terrified, he's just kind of like, hey, I can be scared, but I can't be too scared not to protect the people I love. And I think that's what's going on mentally in his head. It's kind of like, it's do or die. Fear is one thing, but being overly, scared is a whole nother thing. Because, hey, if I just sit here terrified and scared of myself and scared for my friend's well-being because of who I am, then I will never be able to withdraw the sword. I will never be able to protect anyone anyway, so it'll be all for nothing. So being scared and being overly scared is another thing. If you guys understand, get the gist of what I'm saying there, because I know overly scared is not necessarily a term, but still, you guys should clearly be able to get what I'm saying there. Now, we also find out that there's 15 minutes until Bond's, his barrier's gone. So Ren basically has 15 minutes to get rid of this guy and just dismiss him. And we also see that Shira came in there, and Shira looked serious as hell. She's like, you guys did good to Shima and Konikomaru. And she looks like she means business. She even states, get over this. And when she gets there, she knows, oh shit, Ren he's over it. Basically is what's going on. And I love the brotherly love of Mephisto to his dear youngest brother, Ren. I love it. I love it. And if you guys didn't know that, if you guys kind of like rushed through season 1 yet, they're related. Some of you guys may have missed that. They are siblings. Same thing with the Earth God, the one that he almost killed whenever he first withdrew a sword and everyone got terrified of him. Yeah, they're all siblings. And there's technically 2 more elements, because let's see, wind, water, fire, and earth. I think they have all those 4. And I think Mephisto is probably wind. It seems as if, because I mean, he's kind of just floating up in the sky, so I would assume maybe he's wind. But yeah, if you guys did not know that, yeah, brotherly love, right? And I'm pretty sure Mephisto is the oldest, and I'm pretty sure the Earth God that Ren fought the first time is the 3rd youngest. He's the one, just before Ren, so he's kind of like almost the middle child there. So yeah, guys, as always, you've been Hex. Be sure to leave your thoughts and everything else below down in the comments, and also be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow on Twitter X25, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.